Hey man, you know what it is that You Heard podcast, man. You see my boy Joe out here. Hey man, this weekend is too big to not just do like a big ass show about it, fam. Like we gonna do our You Heard breakdowns about it after the show because this weekend is bananas.
Yep.
This weekend is bananas. How you feeling about it, Joe? Before we get into this intro,
Check.
that's what we're doing.
Make sure
Okay,
we're good.
you know people can see you, right?
Make sure we're good, man.
Yeah.
This is what it is this weekend. The coaches checking they attire, making sure they looking sharp. You know what I mean? I thought I saw Dennis Smith with the red bottoms on or something like that, man. And Coach Chris is all about to break out the loafs. It's almost loaf season, man.
You're right about that, man.
Yeah, it's time. It's time to put this forward, man.
Yeah, last week was a warm-up. Now it's about to get bananas. Hey man, make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying, leave comments, subscribe, share, and sure you leave us reviews on Apple Podcasts and all that, man. We appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Let's get into this intro and let's talk this weekend, man. Let's go.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben and Joe. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, including hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end.
No. Let's talk about this right now because you completely flipped it on me now. Yeah, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying,
what are we talking about, son?
I felt
keeping it a buck. You heard?
Yo, look, man, this weekend, looking at the list from 247, this weekend is bananas. First of all, look, this ain't no shot at 247. Why isn't your shit in order? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to, scroll down 2 different weeks because it's 9, and then it goes to 16, then it goes to 21, and it goes back to 9.
Everybody's not as detailed as you are, man. You know what I mean?
But it's numbers,
ain't
yo.
Worried about the finite details and that all the time, man.
You're right, man. I am all about the minutia. I am all about the minutia, man. I'm all about it. Yo, is this color right? This ain't the right color schemes. I just gotta work. No, I'm all about it. Hey, man, look, that's my. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's how these recruiters are doing it, man. They gotta be all up in. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know every little detail. Look, obviously, last episode you chopped it up with CB, man, and y'all touched on it, man. Like, how detailed do you think they have to be, right? As a coaching staff, before we get into the names of all these recruits and all these visitors coming and all these family members and all that, how detailed would you expect them to be? And yeah, just your thoughts on that, man. What you thinking?
Yeah, I think that's why the recruiting department is a huge department, and for most, Power 5 schools, man, because there's so much stuff you have to be detailed about. You have to know birthday. Think about these guys text recruits every day, basically. You know what I mean? So you have to know birthdays. You have to know mother's birthday, family's birthdays, anniversaries, graduation dates. You know what I mean? Sibling birthdays, and you have to know what's going on, man, because it's a relationship. It's really a relationship. You got to know what they like to eat, where they like to go,
what they're allergic to.
Restaurant. Yeah, what they're allergic to. You know what I mean? Favorite drink, favorite color, all that. So, the details are very important. And, some recruits may not care about that. Some recruits do, though. And that you have to constantly discover what separates you from Clemson or Florida or FSU or whatever. You have to constantly figure that out. So, the details are very important, man.
Yeah, man. Like this, as we get more and more into it, man, I start learning more and more about it. How much it takes to do it, because one person can't do it all themselves, right? It can't be a one person in the department. You got to have somebody doing the research into their social media and to the family social media. You have to do a serious background check into these young men. And the list of names coming this week, man, is I try not to get, what I'm saying, because you always say don't get gassed up. Obviously, they're just coming to visit. They got other visits planned for the rest of the month. Next month, we'll probably start late this month. Next month, we start finding out some verbal commits probably. And there's going to be some hits and misses. But just the list of names that are coming this weekend, man. I mean, it's bonkers, yo. Bonkers. It's the biggest weekend yet, just as far as number. I don't know if they did these many last year.
Yeah, I don't even know what I don't even remember last year, man. So
it's a blur. It was a blur last year. Yeah. I think 5 and 7 skewed everything.
I'm sure. I definitely try to get that out my memory bank.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a rough one. All right, man. Let's run through these names, yo. This is bonkers. I hate how I can't scroll through this, and it's just all right.
You're gonna keep harping on it, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it again. It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. It's like not in order. It doesn't make sense. I'm having to scroll twice. I'm giving y'all the real, man. It's like, what is happening, fam? All right, here we go. Jeez, I have to scroll. Whatever. All right, man. We got Colin Simmons. You know what I'm saying? That the breakdown is
my
dropping.
Guy.
Yeah, one of your many guys. Another one of your guys. Ellis Robinson.
Man, that's he's number one on my list. He's number one. He's my favorite.
Okay. I thought Ellis overall.
Who? Ellis
He's
Robinson.
Your favorite overall?
Yes.
Nah, Colin Simmons.
Colin Simmons, number one overall for me.
All right. We got Ellis Robinson coming. Another 5-star. David Stone, Dylan Stewart.
Yep.
Aiden Breland.
Yes, sir.
Jared Gibson. LJ McCray. Braylon Staley. Elijah Lofton. TJ Lindsay. Cameron Pruitt. Keyshawn Flowers. Ty Holton. Now, this is when it gets weird because now it's Friday, June 2nd. That already happened. And I'm going to scroll back up for some wild-ass reason. Because it's not over. No, that's it. That's what's coming this weekend. All those 5 stars. All those 5 stars. Because, by the way, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Aiden Breland's a 5-star. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? That's a 5-star.
Definitely. He's a 5-star.
Yeah, Jared Gibson, borderline 5-star. I don't understand how you're not a 5-star when you're the number 1 running back in the country, but that doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, man. So what you think about this week?
It's a Jesus. I was messing with hold on, guys. I'm messing.
What you doing right now, fam?
So, that's hilarious, son.
What you doing, man?
I'm messing, man. I'm trying to get this camera as wild as.
So now you like extra bright.
I know it looks ridiculous right now. Like, tell me what you do. I tell me what I'm doing.
I don't think it's gonna happen, yo. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think...
Hold on. Tell me what I'm good.
Oh man, this is crazy, man. What are you doing?
Still too bright?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yo, you went white out with it, man. I was like, you got that bit of logo shit? What's happening over there, man? That shit was wild. Oh man. All right, man. Back to the weekend.
We good money right now. We good money. All right.
We good money.
I feel better. Okay. This weekend, man. Aiden Breland, David Stone.
Yeah. 2
staples on the interior D line. You know what I mean? You lock those 2 up. You set a tone when you lock those 2 up. You know what I mean? Set a tone. And we have ammo there. We're losing a lot on the interior D line. You know what I mean? We ran through it. LT could be gone. Lichtenstein is gone. JHH is gone. Anthony Campbell.
Mesidor is gone.
And I think he has 2 years, right? Anthony Campbell may have 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hakeem
Mesidor gone.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So after this year, you're left with Moulton, Campbell, Joshua Horton.
And Bain, if you want to throw him on the inside.
Right. But basically 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to bring in at least 3. You know what I mean? You have to bring in at least 3. And then if you start with David Stone and you hold on to Justin Scott, because by all accounts, you know, we're leading in that recruitment. So you hold on to Justin Scott, you bring in a David Stone and a Breland, fam.
Yeah.
You good.
Yeah.
You get money inside. So that basically I'm looking towards those 2 to be like, you know, the catalyst for the wave. You know, hopefully we can lock up one of 2. I'm good. David Stone or Breland, I'm good. You know, with one of them.
Yeah. David Stone, Breland. I know a little later in the month, Artavius Jones coming.
Justin Scott will be here on the 16th, I believe.
Yeah, Justin Scott will be here on the 16th.
Yep.
Yeah, man. This week is important to. I mean, it's weird with David Stone though, right? If we just harp on him for a second, with David Stone, he's been here like 7 times already. He spent back-to-back weeks back in March. You know what I mean? I don't even think he went home, because why would you go back to Bradenton and then drive back down? That just gas doesn't make sense to do that. So he's been building a relationship with Jason Taylor for a minute. You know what I mean? Like, obviously not locked in. He told us how, not us, but he, you know what I'm saying, he tweeted it out how serious he takes his commitment. He's not going to flip-flop. So he's a must-get for me, because he's the name. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to say this without sounding disrespectful. You need a name. You know what I mean? Like, you need somebody who's like, yo, I'm the leader of the pack here. We could let's ride. You know what I mean? Like, somebody who is nationally somebody that's recognizable, that people will want to play with.
Dogs want to play with dogs, man. And
yeah,
what's the saying? Follow the visits, right? Mm-hmm. So if we're saying, you know, he's been here all these times. Oklahoma is the hometown school, right? He's from Oklahoma City. Yep. He's from Oklahoma. Yes, that's the hometown school. But we don't know how he feels about that. Yes, that's home. But I've been in Florida, you know, for my high school career. He may love Florida. You know what I mean? He may love the beach. He may love the lifestyle. He may love that. You know?
He may love the weather, yeah.
Oklahoma, there's no body of water anywhere close. You know what
Man, they might have a lake. Maybe they got a river.
No body of water anywhere close, man. Yeah,
Red River Shootout, I guess, with us.
Nah.
They don't even call it Red River Rivalry, right? They can't say shootout anymore.
Right. So
yeah,
man. But definitely, I think. Woo. And Ellis Robinson, you know.
Yeah, it was just
Georgia commit. I was just reading something, I think on 247, man, about 24/7 about him. He just visited Georgia last weekend with his parents.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, they solidified, they check all the boxes, but at the same time, you're still taking visits. So to me, you know, it's not a, you know, talking, disrespecting that young man and his family, his process, it's his process. But to me, if it's shut down, you're not taking it.
It's shut down.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, if it's shut down, it's shut down. Like, there's like, till they put their name to paper, man, it doesn't, nothing shut down. You know what I mean? So like, any graphic you see, none of it, like just because the people who we have recruited to us doesn't mean other schools are like, oh well, all right, guess we got to give up on them. Guess Chance Robinson isn't gonna, you know what I mean, isn't gonna work out for us. He's still taking visits. Like, you take your visits, you take, you know what I'm saying, you do your due diligence, which is something that you should do. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. Like, you never know what vibe you're gonna get from a certain school. But yeah, if you're locked down and they're solidified, then you cancel the rest of your visits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be like, hey, look,
I think he's going to Bama after us. You know what I mean? He has a relationship with Coach T. Rob over there. So, you know.
Yeah. It's not nothing shut down. Ain't nothing shut down. I don't like. It's weird though, right? Because like he already announced his commitment to Georgia, but taking all these visits. So then is he gonna at some point drop that graphic with the screenshot from his notes? You know what I mean? And I like to thank the University of Georgia, but at this point, I'm opening. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know. Like why take the visits?
Yeah. And December, like you said, man, December's a long way away, man. We know commitment doesn't mean commitment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They should call it something like, I don't know. I'm in a relationship right now. I don't know. You know what I mean?
It's not even that because that's commitment. Yeah.
Kinda. It's not marriage. You're in a relationship, but it's not marriage.
You know what it is? You know, hey, we talking. You know what I'm saying? Me and George are talking.
That's what it is right now. Yeah,
we're dating. Like ain't nothing exclusive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We hanging out, we chilling. It's a vibe. It's not a commitment. Pen to paper is marriage. Like that's different.
And that's why, and that's another thing, man. I really think they should let the young men sign whenever they want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have your signing day, so you can do that. You can have that for ceremonial purposes. But if I'm committed and I want to sign in June, July, August, I sign.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can have my ceremony on National Signing Day or whatever. But I think they should have the ability, not forced, but if I'm shutting down my joint, I'm gonna sign in August or whatever.
Yeah. But because even then, though, like you see the shit what happened with Rashada, right? Like even then, that's not binding you because you could get out of it. So it's everything's kind of really doesn't make sense any of it, right? Because when you look at that, it's like I could just get out of it because it's a contract.
Well, if you choose to get out of it for your own personal reasons. Now, if a coach leaves or gets fired or whatever, then you can get out of it. But if you choose to get out of it, you got to sit out a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to sit out a year. So.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, man. But run down that list of names again, man, because just the 5 stars. Colin Simmons, monster. Ellis Robinson, come on now. David Stone, Dylan Stewart, Aiden. Why is Aiden Breland a 4-star?
Dylan Stewart and Collins.
And Colin Simmons. Dylan Stewart, if y'all don't know, is 6'5". Yeah, 6'5", 235. Got the top 2 edges on the same weekend. Now I don't know. I don't know if they're taking visits at the same time somewhere else. But when these two, like when 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2 in the country, when these two see each other, like if they vibe and they're there together, that's a brilliant move.
Like imagine a third down, just like speed package with Bane on the inside. You can put Dylan Stewart on the inside too. Colin Simmons on the edge and Najee Leak on the other side. Like, man, oh my gosh, man. Like, it's so many, like, as Coach Guidry has to be like, yo, on some mad scientist shit. Like, you in the lab, like, ha, 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 ha.
Just in black and white, just
evil
old school shit. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Son, like the top 2 edges.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
You know what's dope about that is, and I don't know if they're friends or if they have any kind of relationship or even if they communicate. You know what I'm saying? Dylan Stewart is from, you know what I'm saying, from the DC area. Colin Simmons from Texas. They might chop it up, but you never know. But man, if they get here and they link up and they vibe, and then Jason Taylor's talking to both of them and they vibe, like that kind of bond can be something that pulls them both, right?
Son, unless Jason Taylor has to be taking the D, like the D line's coming with me. So Colin
do what y'all want.
Y'all do what y'all want. I'm taking the D line with me, and it's popping. Like,
and then just have like Coach Cristobal pop in, you know what I'm saying, for like an hour and like talk to them because with all these names, you know what I'm saying, you can split them. You could just have the D line. The D line room is nasty this weekend. Just have him coach Joe. Hey man, let's talk. And whatever they talk about, and just have what I'm saying, because that's the bond that matters, right? Your direct coach, and then have the head coach pop in and talk
Coach
to them,
Guidry.
do his
Coach Guidry talk to them
Yeah.
about how he's going to use them. You know what I mean? Put on that Notre Dame film. That's all you need to put on. Put on that ND film. You know what I mean? Show them how you're going to use them.
Man, listen. It's hard not to like start like projecting, right? Because like you have these young men on campus, already know how beautiful the campus is. David Stone knows. David Stone might be able to be a host. He's been here so much.
Facts, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey man, let me tell you where I go. Come on.
Take you around, man. I mean, man.
Let me ask you, Joe, like how important, especially since your son went through, how important is the host that the young men have when they go on campus? Like I saw, like shout out to Dono, man. He said that Tank Hawkins was hosted by Ray Joseph, right? Which is crazy. Like just a freshman, he's only been here, so they already know he could be a leader and be able to host. Only been here 6 months, so shout out to Ray, man. Already showing that leadership. So how important is the host for these players?
Yeah, it's very important, man. Peer-to-peer recruiting is super important. Like we know that. Like your peers, cats in your age group, freshmen who are playing at your position. You know what I mean? It's very important. I was telling CB last week that when my son was out there and they took him to a strip club and he was like, you know what I mean? I don't even do that. Like, where did they get that intel from? You know what I mean? So knowing who you have, who you're hosting, and knowing what they like to do and all of that, super duper important, man. But definitely peer-to-peer relationships are crazy because that's who you're gonna be chilling with. That's who you're gonna be vibing with. And most of these guys, especially down there, have played with each other or know of each other. At least, you've run across that player at a camp, maybe Under Armour camp, Nike camp, something like that. So you know them. So it's very important. It's vital.
Is it typical? And I mean, is it typical that it would be a younger player hosting? Because I always envision like just me being an outsider, right? It would be like a senior. You mean a junior or senior, somebody who's been there a while. But is it typical that a freshman would do it?
No, it's not typical. It's not typical at all. But I understand the Tank Ray hosting because they're the same type of player. You know what I mean? Right. So, and they may have a relationship. We don't know that, but they're the same type of player, and you can get a perspective of, hey, I came here, I got to work, and I'm playing. So this is what you need to do. You could come in, I could mentor you, and we can just get it in, and you can play early. So, I understand that pairing. You try to pair up two people, who are a match as close as possible if you could.
Okay. And that also goes back into research, right? Like knowing Tank's personality and knowing Ray's, making sure that they click and vibe, as opposed to just as opposed to like resume, like he's 5'8", 5'9", he's 5'8". They'll get along. You know what I mean? Like it has to be like whatever their personalities is like. Because some people do that shit. Some people like, they'll get along. They're from the same neighborhood. No, man, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, they may have the same birthday or something. Something in common where they could easily just click. Because some people, let's keep it a buck. Like I'll relate. You just click with a person sometimes.
Like
what I mean?
Like how we do it. Yeah. Sometimes it's just spam. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's crazy, man. I wonder who's gonna like projecting, right? Obviously not knowing who the fuck. Yeah, we don't have that kind of insight. To me, Najee hosting Colin. I put Mesidor hosting Dylan Stewart. Ruben Bain. I was hosting David Stone. And I don't know who I would put for Aiden. Who would you put for Aiden Breland?
I mean, you could do JHH, you know what I mean, or LT, you know.
LT.
But and normally, you know, for me, I'm not in recruiting, although I want to be in the recruiting department somewhere. Shout out.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
a lot of times, you know, you would have somebody from Miami who's kind of like a ambassador in Miami who can get you out in Miami and, you know, show you some things because that's their home. That's their hood. They know what's going on. They can show you.
Yeah, let me show you the food spots.
Yeah, I want some ribs. I want some good Cuban food. Where do I need to? Oh, yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go ahead. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So
facts. Well, yeah, it's crazy weekend, man. This is the beginning, man. Last week was the warm up. Next week is crazy. The week after that is even crazier. Man, it doesn't stop. June is when you start building those official visit relationships, and like I said, David Stone's been here so much. It's hard to like know the difference of what he's gonna see. I guess what he's gonna see on an OV as opposed to like when he was here for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
like
be a little different.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
a little different. Maybe everything's gonna be paid for this time by the university. Like, instead of
that's the big difference.
Yeah, I mean? That's a big difference because that hotel's gonna be quite different than when you had to come out of pocket, man. Yeah, man, crazy. All right, man, let's get into this next topic, man. We haven't chopped it up about this yet. It's been a topic that's been kind of re-emerging the last couple weeks, man. Conference realignment, man. Us possibly leaving the ACC. Obviously, it's money driven and all that, man. What are your thoughts about it, man?
I was watching. Was College Freak, and I'm sorry, man. I don't want to, I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about it like in depth, and they were talking about the importance of Miami joining the AAU, academically, and just it's just a power move, and it definitely looks like a Big Ten thing, a Big Ten move is happening in the works. Big Ten wants to plant that flag. They want to expand their footprint. Yo, what are you?
Yo, shut up. Hey man, he wants to be on the show. Man. Yeah, let him work. Hey man, what are your thoughts on the Hurricanes leaving the ACC? You got any opinions?
He's not even supposed to be up here. That's first and foremost. You're not supposed to be up here, right? You're not supposed to be up here.
Look at him. Look at him. He don't care. He just woke up. Leave him alone.
Get down. Thank you. Don't grind. Don't get down, please.
That's what we do. We're just gonna have to rock, man.
He is.
Just gonna have to rock. Crazy. That's why I close my door. My dog will start barging in, yo.
Yeah, I do. I normally do, but it's just me and him here, so I thought it would be no problem, man.
Obviously.
Yeah, man. So joining the AAU, that's huge, and that's pointing towards the Big Ten, man. And I think we're looking at it as we got to possibly traveling to Wisconsin in November and Chicago,
Minnesota.
And, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I understand that. I definitely understand that because that'll definitely end my travel. Because I'm not going to any of those games.
No, it's too cold. It's simply too cold.
I'm not doing it. But we have to understand. Like we're getting jerked right now. Like we are getting jerked right now in the ACC. 100%. It's not the ACC's fault. Whoever signed that deal, you know what I mean?
Is an idiot.
It's like Scottie Pippen signing his long-term deal. Like, what are you doing, son? What are you
like 5 years, like $2 million a year?
You're a top 5 player in the league, son. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Scottie Pippen. Yeah.
It's definitely a Scottie Pippen deal, and it's like until astronaut 2030 something. I don't know.
2037, I think, because they signed it in 2017.
That's
who does that? It's not. You didn't buy a house, fam. Yeah. You didn't buy a house. So, this is income. Like this is money they're giving you, not money that you're taking. You're giving it. It was fam, like the Big Ten can renegotiate their contract 3 times in the span of the ACC's contract.
Right.
Because the Big Ten's contract ends in 7 years. So everybody's thinking, oh, but you're only going to get right now. Like I looked at the numbers and I still like it's almost $100 million a year, right? It's an $80 million difference roughly because just standard. I think the ACC gets like anywhere from 20 to 30 million a year, which is shit, which is nothing. And then the Big Ten gets 90 million base pay, and if they make a bowl, it's over 100.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the gap of money that they're leaving on the table. Yeah. So while yes, going to Minnesota on a fucking November Saturday is gonna be trash, the difference it'll make to the university is insane, fam.
And who says they're gonna do that? I'm sure they're gonna try to regionally or distance wise help out as much as they can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
While there's Minnesota, there will also be California. There'll also be Los Angeles. You know what I mean? So I'll be at that game. I'll be at that game. And that's a rival that needs to be like Miami USC, son. In September, November, October, that's gonna be incredible. That'll be incredible. You know what I mean? It looks like maybe Florida State will probably follow. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that stays.
What they do.
That rivalry stays. And you don't know who else there's gonna, you don't know who else. So I'm sure there'll be, they'll work it out, man. And I doubt there are gonna be many just ridiculous games,
But you also like the flip side of that, we always talk about like the cold. Those cold weather teams got to come to this humidity,
right? Like, and I'm not even saying more for competition, I'm saying for us as fans, being selfish.
Oh, travel.
Fans are not they're not traveling to Indiana, man, or Minnesota.
That might be the cheapest ticket though.
Nah, that ticket ain't cheap. That's what I'm saying. Like traveling to those places.
I'm saying game ticket. I'm saying game wise. That ticket might be cheaper than like going to the shoe.
Maybe. You know what I mean?
But, man, just imagine Ohio State every other year.
Yeah.
Michigan, Miami, Michigan, the matchups. Because you can't let the SEC get everything, man. Yeah, I think it makes financial sense. And I think there's lawyers looking at all this shit trying to wiggle their way, trying to see what way they can get out of it, man, because you can't make up $80 million. I don't give a shit what maneuvering you do. Like that's a hell of a lever that you got to press to make up $80 million a year per school.
Yeah.
Like it's not just the unhappy ones. It's 80. Like right now, every school, Purdue is getting $100 million a year. You know what I mean? Like everybody's getting that paper over there.
And like we're saying, man, Miami has to hold up their end of the bargain on the field. You know what I mean? As a brand, Miami has to hold up their end, man. Like Miami got to start winning, and making the league look good, So, they want that as much as anything, because the more teams in major bowls, the more teams in the playoff, that helps the league, that helps the conference.
Absolutely. That's the other side of it too, man. Is like we look at it like, oh, we're Miami because we saw Miami when they were, the best team ever. Been a long time, man. So like as far as marketing and a brand, yes, still sells and it's a national brand, but wins and losses matter, man. They're not you don't want to see Miami go in there and shit the bed just like how they've done with the ACC. If we keeping it all the way a buck, you know what I mean. So that product on the field got to be way better, man. Way better. And that's what this weekend, next weekend, and the weekend upcoming are about. Improving that product on the field, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's just real quick. Would you like Dave and Buster's as a visit? I just wanted to ask. Like just
Some people might, man. You know what I mean?
Some people might, man. Again, buy it out though, fam. Buy it out.
Might.
That's all I'm saying. All right,
They
but let's get
have
it.
the
Let's get
money
into
to
this.
buy it out. You know what I mean?
I mean, they definitely don't, right? Like they definitely, like if we, like, they definitely don't have the money. Public school, huge student body, but somehow don't have the money to buy out Dave and Buster's. That's on them, man. That's on them. Sad. All right, Canesware, let's get it.
Welcome to Canesware. Family owned and operated since 2010, Canesware has all latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at canesware.com. Canesware, the spot Miami fans shop.
My good old Canesware Cup, man. Shout out to the fan, man. Canesware always representing, always help holding us down, man. They got a store opening, brand new store opening soon. Obviously, with two teams in the finals. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to miss out on those opportunities. So that's coming soon, man. Maybe end of next month, maybe sometime early in August, man. But we'll let y'all know the dates, man. And there's a good chance you know what I'm saying, you heard will be in the building, man.
No
hey, man,
doubt.
I wanted to ask, we jump back real quick to the recruiting before we get back into this Canesware shit. Who are from this weekend besides the linemen? who would you be the most I guess happy about, and the one that you'd be like, damn, I can't believe we missed on him?
You said from this weekend or any weekend?
Yeah, from this weekend specifically. June
Ellis
9th
Robinson.
weekend.
Ellis Robinson, definitely. You know, if we could bag the number one corner, you know, that'd be like 2 years in a row we were in it and supposed to have the number one corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Facts.
But yeah, if Ellis Robinson would, you know, make that leap, that's another person that will bring dogs with him, you know, and that's another IMG guy. Gotta have that pipeline, man. So yeah, Ellis Robinson, I would definitely be cool with.
I'm with you on that. Ellis Robinson. What I'd like to see is like that Monday or Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? He busts out the notes graphic talking about he opened up his commitment. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thanks to Georgia. You know what I'm saying? He probably did it too early because it's too early, fam. Like he hadn't even visited. Like he'd been up there, hadn't really, but they hadn't put like they hadn't rolled out the red carpet. You know what I'm saying? Like made him feel how he needed to feel. So opens up his commitment and we're like, all right, let's get into the conversation now. Like let's really talk now. You know what I mean? Something like that. David Stone, that's my guy. Like that's just how Colin Simmons is your numero uno. David Stone is mine, man. Just the way he carries himself on social media. You know what I'm saying? Everything we hear, everything we've been reading, been a dog and a leader. So, and that's the name that you know what I'm saying, definitely would be dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey man, look. Canesware's a fan, man. Let me do this live on the show here.
Canesware.
You're gonna do a little jingle for him?
It is, man. It is.
That was it? That was the jingle?
Slow pan. You know what I mean?
My dog says slow pan.
The new store opening up at some point in the next couple of months.
Yeah, man.
Buddy. Yeah, buddy. More room for your families to come in there and shop. You know, more room for me to push Jeff around, man, and you know, send them to the back to go get stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Get Jeff up out of it.
Sarcastic. Hey Jeff, go get me these shoes, man. Let's see what's popping with these new Adidas.
Yes.
Hey man, shout out to shout out to 904 Hurricane, man. He does not miss the opportunity to miss an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? There was this there was a comment from Louis Allen that I wanted to talk to you about. He said, I guess speaking on Max Lawrence, listen, he doesn't know the terminology. Every air raid is not the same, especially in South Florida. Basic version, they just want you to play fast. Now you played in the air raid, right? Obviously, the terminology and names aren't the same.
Correct.
But how does it vary? What other variations of an air raid are there?
It's just going to be different names of different routes, different formations. Like, trips right. We called it rip or load. Rip was trips right. Load was trips left. Simple, right? So left, right. Even was even 2x2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll be basically the same, but different name. It'll mean the same thing, but with just different names, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll be quite simple. He'll definitely know what they're talking about.
Yeah. He'll know the, and he's been on campus. You know what I mean? He's talked with Shannon Dawson. Like, even if he is a PWO, he's still having conversations because he still needs to know the playbook. You got anything else, man, before we get into these breakdowns?
Nah, man. Good.
All right, man. We got nothing else, man. You already know what it is, man. It's that You Heard podcast. Appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Make sure you leave comments, subscribe, leave your reviews on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars on Apple Spotify, man. We up out of here, man. You Heard podcast. Peace.